Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to walk you through an incredibly easy, almost magical trick for taking all of your lengthy video content and quickly transforming it into highly engaging, snackable short clips using this powerful platform. If you have ever found yourself staring at hours of excellent footage, thinking you absolutely must create derivative short-form content from it, but then immediately felt completely overwhelmed by the tedious, multi-step process of exporting, reformatting resolutions, adding custom subtitles, and dealing with all that necessary nonsense, please know that you are most certainly not alone in that common creator frustration. That exact feeling of project paralysis is precisely the reason why I personally began utilizing this fantastic tool last month, because it truly feels like it is giving your existing long videos a magic pair of digital scissors combined with an extremely efficient, proactive scheduling assistant all rolled into one service. So, to begin accessing this level of content creation wizardry, the very first step is simply opening the platform and navigating straight to the main dashboard, where you will immediately spot a very clear and prominently labeled option, specifically designed for creating short clips directly from your existing long-form source material. This crucial feature is usually labeled something very straightforward like the Auto Clip Creator or perhaps Smart Clips, and your only job at this stage is to give that button a single, decisive click to move forward into the configuration process. Once you proceed past the initial button, you will be presented with a simple configuration screen that immediately asks you the fundamental question of whether you prefer to paste a direct YouTube URL from a video already hosted online, or if you need to upload a completely local file straight from your personal hard drive. This dual functionality provides tremendous flexibility, allowing you to paste a link instantly if your content is already live on the internet, or you can easily drag and drop a source file directly from your local machine if it remains offline, which is incredibly convenient. For my own demonstrations like this one today, I typically just grab a random, lengthy training video from my downloads folder and drag that entire file into the designated upload area just to show how robust the local processing really is. Moving on to the next configuration step, the system will then prompt you for a language selection, requiring you to accurately pick the primary spoken language present in your source video, which is critical for accurate transcription later on. I personally choose either English US or English UK, depending on the primary demographic I am trying to target with the resulting short clips, but be aware that sometimes the system's auto-detection feature might throw a warning flag. I recall one instance where the system flagged a discrepancy, suggesting the detected language was different from my selection, forcing me to switch to US English even though I naturally speak with a more traditional British accent, which was a peculiar but easily correctable anomaly. The process is forgiving, however, so if the system complains, simply choose the language it detected, or override it back to your known selection if you are confident the initial auto-detection was an error, which resolves the issue quickly. Before you commit to the final rendering process, there are a couple of important output options you should definitely take a moment to review and tweak according to your specific distribution strategy. Chief among these settings is the output clip duration, which you can either set to an automatic suggestion based on engagement or manually choose a specific desired length, perhaps 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or even a minute long. Additionally, you will find a theme or style selector which lets you predefine the overall aesthetic of the resulting clips, so you should pick one that consistently matches your established channel vibe, whether that's educational, high energy, or very minimalist. After setting the style, you must scroll down to review the various available templates which visually demonstrate exactly how the finished clip will appear on screen, specifically showing how the dynamic subtitles will be formatted and positioned. The platform smartly gives you a handful of these initial previews so you can easily compare different formats side by side before committing to the generation process, ensuring you start with the best possible foundation. Once you are satisfied with the configuration, style, duration, and template, you then hit that prominent Generate button and simply allow the powerful engine to work its magic behind the scenes, which naturally takes a few minutes depending on the original video's length. While this rendering is running, the underlying AI engine is diligently analyzing the entire source footage, intelligently finding those high engagement moments that are statistically most likely to draw in a new audience. That's the true automated viral clip editing component at work. It is genuinely fascinating to watch because the system isn't just performing some random, haphazard slicing of the video. Instead, it is actively choosing specific segments that exhibit optimal pacing, clear audio peaks, and relevant content cues known to perform well on social platforms. When the entire process is finally complete, you are presented with multiple distinct output variations, usually a helpful handful of different stylistic cuts that present different framing options for maximum compatibility. Some of these generated options will smartly maintain the original landscape orientation, but cleverly place it inside a vertically blurred background, while others will crop the footage aggressively to achieve a native, cleaner vertical layout for platforms like TikTok and Reels. Here's the critical distinction. Many other editing tools out there lazily slap your horizontal video into a vertical frame with a massive, unattractive blur filling the side gaps, which often looks unprofessional and frankly a bit amateurish to the discerning viewer. This specific platform, conversely, provides you with genuine choices, and I've consistently found that the natively cropped vertical options generally look significantly cleaner, more professional, and inherently more polished when viewed on a mobile device. My usual next step involves playing back each generated variation sequentially to meticulously check the accuracy and overall look of the automatically generated subtitles, which is an absolutely essential feature because captions are practically a non-negotiable requirement for engagement across all major social feeds nowadays. Vizard excels here by auto-generating these captions and intelligently highlighting the specific word the host is speaking in real time on the screen, a powerful technique that significantly boosts viewer retention and comprehension. The beautiful part is that you can easily edit any single caption directly within this interface if you spot a minor typo, need to slightly shorten a phrase for better flow, or want to manually adjust the precise timing of when a specific word appears on screen. The dedicated editing screen is designed to be extremely intuitive, featuring the subtitle list on the left panel, the main video timeline centrally located, and the immediate preview window situated in the top right corner for constant feedback. If you desire deeper customization, you also possess the ability to easily rearrange the order of the suggested clips, trim the start or end points of any segment, or even swap out one suggested highlight for a completely different moment you preferred from the original footage. For those of us who are embracing a little bit of productive laziness, and I definitely plead guilty to that on busy days, you can simply select one of the AI-generated shorts, hit the export button, and send it directly to YouTube Shorts or download it locally for manual posting elsewhere. However, the true secret sauce, the feature that elevates this platform beyond mere trimming, is its powerful capability to automatically schedule your published content across multiple channels without any further intervention from you. You simply set the desired posting frequency, select which social media platforms you want to target, and the system queues up the clips perfectly for future release, a process that has personally saved me uncountable hours of tedious manual daily posting. Furthermore, the integrated content calendar provides a centralized hub where you can view every single short clip scheduled across all your various platforms in one cohesive overview, allowing for easy drag-and-drop rescheduling if your content priorities happen to shift unexpectedly. This holistic single location management system means you no longer have to juggle separate, disconnected spreadsheets for tracking, struggle with manual upload forms, or constantly worry about whether you accidentally missed a crucial posting day last week. For any creator who fundamentally desires consistent, high-volume content output, but absolutely dreads the relentless daily grind of administrative tasks, this automated scheduling and calendar integration is nothing short of an absolute game-changer for workflow management. Now, when it comes to an important comparison point, I have definitely used other consumer-grade editing applications that were either cheaper upfront or featured flashier marketing, but they invariably fall short when you examine the actual day-to-day creation workflow. For instance, some competing tools only permit local exporting, meaning you are still forced to manually jump onto every single social media site to upload and publish the content yourself, completely negating the time-saving benefit. Others mandate that you must manually create the vertical versions of your videos separately before you can even begin the upload sequence, which is perfectly acceptable if you happen to be a full-time dedicated editor, but it becomes an enormous time sink for creators juggling content creation, editing, and life itself. Ultimately, this platform's seamless combination of the initial automated editing capability alongside the integrated auto-scheduling removes the vast majority of that friction that plagues the short-form content repurposing process for many busy individuals. Circling back briefly to the actual editor interface, you always maintain the option to dive in and make those finer, micro-level adjustments if a specific clip still needs a bit of creative polishing before it goes out to the public. This includes changing the subtitle font style, manually repositioning the captions slightly higher or lower on the screen, adding a simple graphic overlay for emphasis, or deliberately swapping the suggested segment order to customize the narrative flow. The timeline within the editor is intentionally built to be very forgiving, meaning dragging a clip segment to a new chronological spot or making a precise trim on a split point is refreshingly easy and requires no specialized expertise whatsoever. Once you have finalized all your tweaks and are genuinely happy with the final assembled short, you simply hit the Save and Export button, where you can choose to download it locally, upload directly to YouTube complete with your title and description, or add it to your social queue. Here is a key pro tip for maximizing your output. Resist the temptation to aim for absolute granular perfection on every single one of the AI-generated clips, because the core algorithm is specifically engineered to find those pieces that have the highest potential for immediate traction and audience response. Instead, upload a large batch, let the automated scheduling system run uninterrupted for a couple of weeks, and then return to review the actual performance analytics, which is where the real learning begins for sustained growth. Crucially, the platform leverages that performance data to offer intelligent suggestions about what specific types of content to prioritize posting next, effectively allowing the AI to learn precisely what combination of topics and styles your specific audience resonates with the most. This powerful feedback loop is exactly how you transition your efforts from relying on occasional, unpredictable viral luck to establishing a consistent, repeatable, and measurable content posting system that drives steady engagement. I must offer an important, honest caveat. These fully automated tools, while incredibly fast, are not completely infallible, and they will occasionally miss a subtle nuance in the spoken word or select a snippet that is perhaps slightly less relevant than you, the creator, might have chosen. However, the time required to quickly edit those minor errors is almost always negligible, and compared to the daunting task of manually scanning a 30-minute video for 10 potential clips, this method remains vastly faster for generating initial drafts. When you weigh the speed against other competing tools that either force you into awkward, unusable aspect ratios or implement a restrictive pay-per-clip model, this platform's all-in-one, creator-friendly approach feels substantially more supportive of a high-output strategy. Another significant aspect that I genuinely appreciate is how the entire user experience is clearly architected for people who do not possess a formal background in professional video editing software, making it highly accessible. You never need to understand complex concepts like keyframes, or spend an entire afternoon trying to perfectly match a sudden cut to a specific audio beat if you simply don't want to engage with those deeper technical elements. If you choose to, you certainly have the power to deep dive and fine-tune every single parameter. But if you are pressed for time, you can confidently select one of the smart suggestions and immediately push it out for publication without worry. I have recommended this specific repurposing workflow to creators who manage to post brand new daily long-form content, and also to folks who only aim for occasional short-form updates, and both groups consistently report substantial time savings overall. To summarize this entire pipeline, this tool takes your raw, long-form video, automatically pinpoints those high-potential attention-grabbing moments, efficiently turns them into shareable short clips, and proactively helps you distribute them according to a set schedule. It should be noted that this technology is certainly not intended to be a complete replacement for your essential creative judgment, but rather it masterfully eliminates the most repetitive, tedious, and time-consuming administrative aspects of content repurposing. If you find yourself consistently exhausted by the manual overhead of exporting, formatting, captioning, and queuing up every single post across multiple channels, you absolutely owe it to your productivity to give this integrated pipeline a serious, dedicated trial run. Even with all the automation in place, remember that you should still always conduct a quick, final quality control check on a few key elements before anything actually goes live, because maintaining a high standard is fundamentally key to long-term channel health. Overall, adopting this method represents a massive, undeniable win for content creators looking to scale their presence without exponentially increasing their daily working hours. If you found any part of this detailed walkthrough genuinely helpful for streamlining your content creation process, please do take a moment to hit that subscribe button right now to ensure you catch all my future tips on making content faster and significantly smarter. Furthermore, if you feel inclined, please drop a specific comment down below detailing what exact type of videos or niche you currently focus on creating, and I will happily outline how I would personally configure this platform's settings for your unique requirements. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive, and I genuinely look forward to catching you all in the next video where we explore another powerful productivity hack.